Hey everybody, Trainer Joe here. Is your cheat day cheating you? That's the question I have for you, and I want to talk about that here just for a minute. Do you have a cheat day, and is it cheating you? Well, what's it look like? How does your cheat day work for you? You feel good about it? Does it work? How do you feel on your cheat day? I remember my son was doing some modeling, and he wanted to have some abs because he might be doing a photo shoot without a shirt on. He wanted to have some abs. So he got really serious about his diet and his exercise, and he was really working hard, and he was extremely disciplined with his eating. And then I noticed one time he was asking me kind of my opinion as he was working through it, and it was pretty crazy. I would watch him do his cheat day, and it was a little bit bizarre. And I told him that. I said, this is weird how you do your cheat day, because he would eat to the point to where it was like he was going to get sick. But he earned it. I mean, he did it. Here's the deal. Think about what you're going to do on your cheat day. I was listening to a pastor, and he was talking about health and fitness and all this, and he said, I have strong convictions for health. He said, I'm about 50% fanatical towards health. And he went on to say, I'm about 90%, count me in. Then I got about 10% that just says, eat whatever you want because it will all work out. For a lot of people, I think that's their cheat day mentality. You know, surely I can have 10% of the time where I can do whatever I want. Right? Won't it all work out? Well, this particular pastor I was watching on YouTube, and he probably was overweight, close to obese, but not necessarily. A lot of folks will just untuck their shirts to hide the belly there, and that's what he did. Here's what it really is going to come down to. You have a certain amount that you can eat before you have too much. Once you have too much, it's going to mean you're going to store that, and you're going to carry it with you, and you gain weight, and you're overweight, because you have this tendency, this habit. You regularly eat more than your body is going to use, so you're carrying it with you. That's it. That's all that's happening. Regardless of how you want to look at a cheat day, if it's putting you over, it's putting you over. But let's say this cup represents the amount that you can eat and still be within a range that you're going to burn it, so you're not going to gain weight. You can put breakfast, lunch, and dinner in there, and if you've got room and you want to cheat, then really it's not a cheat. What constitutes cheating? If you account for it, then it's not cheating. Now, if let's say you are really disciplined all week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and you didn't do anything wrong on Saturday, you're like, this is my day. Again, we can look at this like it's an entire week. If you go over for the week, you gain weight. You got to count all your calories, whether it comes on a Saturday or Monday, Tuesday through Friday, whatever it is. Does it put you over? I remember a buddy of mine, he said, Joe, help me be really good this week. He said, can you keep me accountable this week? Because Thursday is Thanksgiving and I really want to eat whatever I want on Thursday. That's fine, as long as it all fits in here. Once you're over what you're going to burn, you're going to wear it. Doesn't matter whether it came from a cheat day or not. But a lot of times we feel like, I've been so good, I have earned it. One of the problems we have in our culture is this entitlement attitude when it comes to food. If I sacrifice, then by Billy, come Saturday, I'm going to make up for it. And we're entitled to some crazy eating fiasco. Why? Why would you be? Both of these guys have cheat days. It's the same guy. Tony came to me 10 years ago and said, help me out. I need to lose some weight. They both cheat. Don't cheat like this, Tony. Cheat like this, Tony. Who are you when you cheat? Are you cheating like an obese person? Or are you cheating like a healthy person? Everybody can have a cheat day, but what's it going to look like for you? Ultimately, you're going to end up with a lifestyle. A lifestyle of somebody that's a healthy weight or a lifestyle of somebody that's overweight. Whether it involves cheat days or not, ultimately you've got a lifestyle. And everybody's going to know what it is. Now, we can say, well, it's because of this or that. Well, you ate it, okay? Ultimately, you had to eat it. We can't weigh 200 pounds unless we sustain that through what we take in. Certainly, you need to do the things you can to work with your metabolism, your exercise, and all that. But ultimately, if you didn't eat it, you didn't wear it. I went into a Cracker Barrel one time, and a guy came up to me, and he said, Joe, Trainer Joe. He recognized me. We were friends. He said, what do you get here? What do you get when you go to Cracker Barrel? How do you cheat at Cracker Barrel? How do you splurge at Cracker Barrel? Well, what do you want to look like? I don't care if you cheat. Does it fit in your cup? If you didn't eat hardly anything all day and you want to have some crazy meal at Cracker Barrel, go ahead. As long as it fits in your cup. Now, did it make you sick? Did it give you gas? Did it make you feel terrible? Well, maybe not a good idea. That's the problem for a lot of people, is they're really out of control ultimately, and they control themselves for a while, then they're out of control. If you do this with moderation, just like I told my son, I said, son, when I watch you on your cheat day, he'd have all this ice cream, then cereal, then a sandwich, then candy, and it was like making up for this week. I said, that looks weird. I said, we probably need to talk about this. He said, really? Is it out of control? He was very humble about it, and he said, yeah, you're right, because he would be so good, and then suddenly he would eat this crazy way of eating, it would seem. And we talked about it, and he said, why don't you just kind of be a little more normal throughout the week? I don't really care how you do it. Ultimately, for most people, they're majoring on the minors anyway. If you'll just decide there's a certain amount of food that's okay for me to eat, and just eat that. I don't care when you eat it. What most people struggle with is just stopping after they've had enough, whether there's a cheat day or not. Are you willing to stop? Well, I can't. My brain, a lady in one of my groups recently, she said, my brain is still so hungry. Well, it is your brain is hungry, because your body certainly don't need any more food once you've had enough to eat. You've had enough to eat. Who are you feeding? I was talking to a guy one time, and we were having lunch together, and he was asking some questions about his weight. He wanted to lose about 40 pounds. He was probably 230. He wanted to weigh 190. And he said, Joe, I think I'm getting what you're saying. He said, you're not telling me I can't have a cheat day or a splurge. He said, you're just telling me I need to learn how to splurge like somebody that weighs 190 instead of 230. Yeah, that's it. The entitlement mindset gets us, well, I deserve. What do you deserve? Maybe you deserve to lose weight and be healthy instead of thinking about all the food you deserve to eat. You really think that's your ultimate freedom and your ultimate joy? No. Food was made for you to enjoy, but it wasn't made to be your ultimate satisfaction in life. And a lot of people are after that. And if they miss it Monday through Friday, boy, they're going to make up for it on Saturday. Right? How awful would it be? I was talking to a neighbor recently who's bigger than he wants to be. And somehow the conversation got around to weight. And I said, how awful would it be if somehow you just stopped eating after you had enough? And he began to say, well, it's hard for me to get up any earlier to work out. And I said, wait, it's not your workout. How awful would it be for you to simply stop eating after you've had enough, and suddenly you're losing weight, and you get to a weight that you're happy with. But yeah, you stopped eating. Some of the things you eat now, you stopped eating. Guys, it's going to end up that way. You're either going to quit doing it, and you're going to get the rewards from it, or you're going to have the excuses why you never could figure it out. You just couldn't control that cheat day. The cheat day made you go crazy and cheat more, whatever it is. It's your responsibility. You can do it. It's like accounting. You can't be good all the time and then buy something really expensive that puts you over and now it broke the budget. Well, just because you sacrificed didn't mean you could spend $1 million. You had a certain amount that you saved for. It doesn't mean you can just go buy anything. Yeah, you deserve a break from this cycle. I hear you. So phase 2, guys, is something new that we are starting. For any of you that have been through a 21-day transformation, you really should tune in this Sunday night as we do a question and answers on phase 2. People do a 21-day transformation. They get a breakthrough. They get excited. But oftentimes they're wondering, Joe, what do I do now? Well, we've developed a brand new program called Phase 2 for those of you that have been through a 21-day transformation. So be sure and tune in this Sunday night at 8 o'clock, and we'll tell you all about that. Hey, thanks for tuning in. I'm Trainer Joe, helping you train your brain and transform your body. Hope to see a bunch of you guys back here on Sunday night, May 10th at 8 o'clock.